Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to my horror movie month thing that I'm doing. Tonight, probably or most likely will be my last horror movie night for the month. Unfortunately, I'm working over Halloween, so I'm not going to get a real opportunity to watch more. If I can watch one more tomorrow when I get in, I will try, but it just depends on how tired I actually am. So, tonight, as I said in my last video, I'm going to do another horror movie sequel. I'm not a fan of many of them, but this one I certainly am, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out on Blu-ray. I recently purchased a multi-region Blu-ray player and have been lucky enough to acquire this. And I really cannot wait to watch it. Really cannot wait to watch it because I do enjoy it. I love the original. I say I love the original. I love the first film in the series. I absolutely adore it. And this for me is my second favourite of the series, and I was watching it when it came out to rent on VHS, and I was just really impressed with it because I didn't think it was going to be much, especially because I found out it was the seventh at the time, and I hadn't seen the other four or five of them. Sorry, the other five apart from the first at the time again because I just didn't have the box set at the time. So I thought I'd give this one a chance because it had the original actress in it, and it had a decent cast. I've got to say there is a decent cast in this, and that film, if you haven't already guessed, well, you shouldn't have guessed because it's in the title. Silly me. But anyway, that is Halloween H20. Yes, this is from America, so I'm really glad to have this because it is not region free, and I've got my multi-region player, so it means I get to watch this, which I'm really looking forward to doing. And as I said, it's my second favourite of the Halloween series, just because it has got great cast. Yes, it has some troubles in it. Apparently, there were some production problems and stuff like that, but it is one of the better films in the series. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch this after Halloween 1 and 2, because it just follows straight on. It ignores the continuity of 4, 5, and 6, which probably is the safest bet, if I'm honest. But still, I mean, it's four's okay. 5 is and 6. And until I see the producer's cut, I can't really say what I think of 6 or the other version of the 6th one anyway. But anyway, H20, definitely the second best in the series, and I will review it as usual right after I've watched it. So stay tuned, and I'll see you very soon. Halloween H20. Sorry about that. I know it's really dark. Bear with me 2 seconds. I will turn on a light. Wrong light. Oh, that one. That's better. That's better. You can see me now. Right. So, I've just finished watching Halloween H20. Brief description. After 20 years, clearly, Michael Myers finally decides to return and torture his long-lost sister Laurie, who is now living a life of, well, I wouldn't say luxury, but a life of panic and just trying to continue on, but under an assumed name so that Michael can never find her. Michael doing what he does best, finds out where she is, and chaos ensues. But then Laurie Strode strikes back. That's what she does, she strikes back. But anyway, most people probably already know the story anyway, and they know what to expect. It's a Halloween film. First things off, very good script. I think it was originally penned, or the idea came from Kevin Williamson, who was the writer of Scream and other various films and TV shows, and then was finished off by another writer. I only discovered that, funnily enough, by watching the documentary. I didn't know that beforehand. I just thought it was Kevin Williamson. And obviously, it was a well-written script. The idea was to do justice to the Halloween franchise once again, because after the poorly received 5 and 6, they wanted to bring it back, and they do it very well, and they rightfully ignored the 3, 4, 5, and 6. I mean, it just takes place 20 years after Halloween 1 and 2, which made sense, because then you have to explain other bits, and you can just focus on that, on the fact that Michael is back after 20 years. And I like what they did with bringing back the original nurse from the first one, because it kind of brought a little bit of continuity into it in that extent, and that's how Michael returns and finds out where Laurie is possibly hiding, and I like that idea. Clearly, they did it. They did that bit to bring it back to the original Halloween and set up, a nice little nod to the original characters and the original people in it. So it was nice for them to do that. Obviously, having the two other lads, the awesome Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it, basically as a victim, it was. I think I was just up body count. I'm guessing because there was no reason why Michael would go into their house after he'd been in hers. He got what he wanted, made sense, but he then goes into theirs to kill them off. I don't, just up the body count. I'm guessing because they just thought, well, we need a decent couple of deaths in at the start just to get people's attention, which is what they do. But it for the plot of the story, it didn't really make a difference, and it's a shame to waste Joseph Gordon-Levitt like that. But anyway, that's just a small nitpicky thing for me. The cast are good, as I've just said, you've got Joseph Gordon-Levitt who was in it briefly. You've got the original nurse from the first film. I think she's in the second one. I can't remember. I've watched that for ages. And then obviously you've got the awesome Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode returning back and deciding to stand up eventually against Michael. She's been the victim no longer. Will she be the victim? You also have Michelle Williams, who I like as an actress. I think she's very good. Jodie O'Keefe is pretty decent. I like her in Prison Break. That's the one. And then you've got obviously Josh Hartnett. A lot of people gave him a little bit of stick, but I actually think he's a decent actor and he is good in this, especially if it was his first role. And you've got LL Cool J. Now, LL Cool J, when I first heard was going to be in this, I was a little bit like, he's a rapper. Can he act? I don't know. When I saw this, he was very good in it. I enjoyed his character in it. He was the comic relief, but he was also, you could take him seriously, and you cared about him as well. You didn't just think, oh, it's just another character thrown in just for the sake of it. That's the one thing I have to say about the cast and the way it was written. Again, yes, you have your victims that you can predict are gonna be the ones that buy it, but you care about them. They're not arseholes. Yes, you have the teenage moments where they're acting like teenagers, but you're not sitting there going, oh, do you know what? Get him off the screen, kill him off. He needs to be killed, or she needs to be killed, or whatever. You cared about what happened to these characters, which is nice. As I've said before, in horror films, I just wish they would flesh the characters out a bit more. I know you're lining up for the chopping board, so to speak, but just flesh them out a bit more, not make them so cynical. Yes, you can have a couple of characters that you get a little bit irritated by, but don't make them irritating. Like it's just there's no need for that. But anyway, cast is good, script's good, directing by Steve Miner. He is, he's a horror director mainly, so he knows what he's doing with this, with the scenery and the camera angles, and he does create some nice tension there. It's not the goriest of the Halloween films, but it is a step in the right direction. I really enjoyed it as a sequel, and I think it was a deserved sequel, and it was a great 20th anniversary for the film series. Apologies. Great film. I mean, the score. I mean, again, I watched the documentary on this because it was a nice hour-long documentary as a special feature on this. And I've been dying to see it. I really wanted to watch it. Don't know why. I just really fancied seeing it, and they just. I didn't. I knew that John Ottman did the score, and I love that piece at the start, the orchestral version of the Halloween theme. I think it's a beautiful piece, and it goes so well at the start. And then obviously I recognised a lot of the music from Scream just thrown in most of the way through, which didn't kind of match up. And obviously discovering that John Ottman they didn't like where he was going, and they actually played some of the music that he'd composed, and do you know what? It didn't fit. It really didn't fit. It just sounded weird with and it was weird for me because the start, the music at the very start was brilliant. So I don't know how it got so drastically different, and then the Scream music fits, which was a shame. But oh well, it's just one of those things. And the other thing I discovered about it, that you can see it in the film when you watch it, and I certainly notice it more now after watching it. Is the masks. There was a major change in the masks for some reason. I just don't know if they could get it right or what, but it just wasn't working for them. But at the end of the day, those are little things. I mean, the score. I love the score anyway, so it doesn't really fuss me too much. And the mask. I'm not gonna get bothered about the mask. Who cares? It's Michael Myers. That mask is synonymous with him anyway. So yeah, there was a couple of screw ups, but these are little things that really don't detract from the movie itself. It is a great movie, and it's a film I really do enjoy watching. especially because it's a Halloween sequel, and they did get worse. They really did, and then what followed on afterwards, the Halloween Resurrection was poor. But I won't go into that. I really won't because I don't want to go into it. But anyway, so final verdict on Halloween H2O: 4 out of 5. I know that's a high score for this. I know some people are on the fence about how good it is and how good it isn't. I do enjoy it. It's a good cast. It's a good script, and it's a good Halloween film. It is a very good Halloween film compared to what came before it. The special features on this I checked out. I mean, I don't normally do reviews on special features, but there are some good special features on here. The making of documentary, the hour-long making of documentary, is really interesting. I enjoyed that. The picture quality is fantastic. um, sorry for the Blu-ray transfer. It was a really good transfer, so really happy with that. It is, I think, 5.1 master DTS master audio. I don't have a master 5.1 system, so I couldn't hear if it was any good. I just have a sound bar, but I enjoy it. So anyway, Halloween H2O, 4 out of 5. Great film. Really recommend it if you haven't seen it. Especially, it's a very good film for the Halloween franchise. That is it for the horror movies, I think. I will try and do one more. I can't promise I'm going to do one more, but if this is my last one, I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back for a Blu-ray update. Probably about a week's time. I've got a couple more to arrive. Once they've arrived, there'll be another Blu-ray update. And then I'll probably go back to doing some movie reviews of some films I've picked up, haven't watched yet, that I'm interested to watch. And then obviously that is it for the Halloween or horror movie month for this year. It will be back next year with some new films and some other stuff that I really want to watch and I haven't had a chance to. So you take care of yourselves, have a great and safe Halloween, and I will see you all very, very soon. And thank you for watching, and leave your comments down in that little box below. Take it easy. Bye.